The PIMAX Crystal SUPER was in my hands for a first look experience at the XR hardware showcase in Dortmund, Germany. Yes, thanks to MRTV and their generous invitation, alongside other big YouTubers from around the world, I managed to get my hands on the PIMAX Crystal SUPER 50 ppd in a worldwide premiere with many other new VR headsets from different companies. It was a great experience, and my mission was to get my first impression with the PIMAX Crystal SUPER, as PIMAX themselves made the efforts to get me in person at this important event, and I am very thankful for their support. So stick around and let me tell you my first impression with the PIMAX Crystal SUPER within DCS and MSFS. And later, as I will get this headset in the studio, I will do the usual entertaining and in-depth showcase of this new product. Only here at How I Play. Hello virtual pilots, I'm Andre Celesti, and tonight we talk about the PIMAX Crystal SUPER, the new flagship from PIMAX for our virtual reality needs. The first edition of the XR hardware showcase was a very well organized event, and everyone had a perfect schedule with around 1 hour allocated for each of us to try the VR headsets from all the companies that did the effort and joined the showcase. And so, Germany had a bright and sunny day with blue skies, and it was very warm for this time of year. I finally met Martin from PIMAX in person, and we had many conversations throughout the event. As I glanced at this new headset, first thing I noticed was the new design that was smaller than the previous products. PIMAX made it more compact, and it is definitely reduced in size, and as we will see later, it lost some weight as well. The 50 ppd has some impressive specs. With a huge field of view, I was impressed on how they managed to squeeze in that large picture in a smaller size product. But they did it! Yes, and that's nothing more than impressive. This was the QLED version, with that huge resolution of 3840 by 3840 per eye at 90 Hz and with local dimming. We ran both DCS and MSFS on a 4090 with an i9-12900 on a definitely beefy system, which is important if you want to showcase a VR headset properly. But once we get our hands on it, I will test it with a medium system as well to see how it runs and what performance we get with a SUPER in DCS and other flight sims. In DCS, I flew on the Nevada map in the Hornet. This was our option at this event and we stick to it. I know I would have used a more detailed map and a higher resolution cockpit like the Phantom, but that will happen soon in my review when I get the headset here in the studio. With that being said, the image was very crisp and clear. At a steady 90 FPS, no distortion, and everything looked as expected for such an impressive resolution and a wide FOV. They did improve as much as they could with the glare. It is still there, so that's something you need to know, but it's less visible than with the previous headsets. We used the dynamic foveated rendering, taking advantage of the eye tracking, and I am happy to inform you that I didn't see any moving square shapes. Even as I looked for the eye tracking movements or changes in the resolution, I couldn't see any of it. Nice! As I am used to PIMAX headsets, the far horizon in DCS is depicted almost as good as you get it on a 4K screen. This is what I love about their headsets. As for us, the further details we see, the better. Now, to describe the field of view with this headset, my view looked rounded at the lower end, very wide on each side, and I even had to squint to find the edge, and on the top it is very high, giving you enough leeway to scan for targets, as you just have to do a simple glance up rather than moving your entire body to check out for contacts. This will give you the edge you need in dogfights within DCS. And maybe for Microsoft Flight Simulator is not something you really need to worry about, but let's face it, flying an airliner, the overhead panel could use a wide field of view, and I am ready to take these advantages when flying in VR. The field of view that each user will get to experience is based on their unique characteristics, head shape, and IPD requirements. But the SUPER offers a great FOV for our needs in a combat flight sim environment. And that's my take on this, and I stick to it as it's way more bigger than anything I tested until so far. When it comes to chromatic aberration, even Martin asked me if I find any of it, and within DCS, I couldn't see any. I know inside the test tools there is some on the edge, but nothing I could detect in my test there. I will do better testing here when we get the headset and hopefully we get the same experience. The brightness levels are higher now. As for the darker image, using the QLED version, I flew in Microsoft Flight Simulator in the evening, and I must say, we know OLED is better for darkness, but the image looked dark enough even with the QLED version. At least as a first impression, that's how I felt. The Super features that automatic IPD adjustment, something that other VR headsets still don't get it right, and using a manual approach may be alright for now, but the automatic adjustment is so much more comfortable. And we do know, when we fly in DCS and have all the stuff around us, having this automatic option is perfect. You just sit back, let the headset do the work, and get to flying. Also, there is a chance that the headset will calculate it wrong, because most likely you are not wearing it correctly. You can adjust it manually as well. Best recommendation is to learn how to wear the headset correctly and test that the automatic IPD adjustments come as your actual measured values. Another impressive thing I noticed, and even talked with Martin about it, was that the headset ran almost constantly for around 11 hours, if not more, with no crashes and no issues related to the Crystal Super. This particular headset included the top strap, and together with other YouTubers out there, we kinda begged PIMAX to really consider this top strap as a default element for this headset. It's way more reliable than anything else, provides so much more needed support, and would be a great decision to include it with the headset. Now, we know that as this headset will ship out starting with the 7th of April this year, free shipping will be in effect to selected regions, and they will include the DMAS headphones and the top strap. But I really believe they should consider including this element in the base package. The controllers are the same as before, not that DCS enthusiasts will use them too much, but it's good to know. The headset features the inside-out tracking, and it has also the light plate system available as an optional package. If you wear glasses, this headset is compatible with them. Or you can get prescription lenses like from our VR Rock sponsor. Very soon, we got a video on that. The price for the Super goes at around $1,700, but there are benefits you need to know, especially in April, and using our link and coupon code, you get a discount as well. As always, we got everything linked in our video description. And if you are on the fence about this headset, thinking if the upgrade is worth it, well, feel free to wait for more in-house reviews. As for now, this is all I can say for my first impression video about the PIMAX Crystal Super. But please let me know what information you would like to know from PIMAX, or what other details about this headset should I investigate once I get my hands on it here in the studio. So I will be able to help out with even more detail and get back to you with a future video, exactly like we did before with the previous headsets. All in all, it was a great experience, and I cannot wait to get this baby here at How I Play and test it out. Also, please know that despite the support provided by PIMAX to get me at this event, the entire script and opinions were written by me, and there were no requests from the company on certain aspects of our review. My job here is to showcase these products and get the available information as quick and entertaining as possible, and it's up to you to decide if these devices fit your needs. And with that being said, thank you all for watching until the end of our video. A special thanks to MRTV for doing this amazing event. Sebastian was very professional and he is an inspiration to many of us, and I have no doubt we will see each other very soon in the future. Many thanks to our patrons for their continuous support. If you find the video informative, please leave us a like and subscribe to keep in touch with all the latest showcases and news from your favorite simulators and games. I am Andre Celesti, reminding you to fly safe, and I'll see you next time.